Okay, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us live, those that have jumped on, and hello to those of you watching in Facebook. So we're going to do a little presentation and a meditation, just muting everyone, around Chiron in retrograde, because that's actually something that's happening for us right now. So I'm going to do a little bit of a talk around what Chiron is, what it represents, but also we're going to look at it from your sun sign and how that might be affecting you at the moment energetically. Then we've got a lovely blend called Bye-Bye Baggage that I'm going to talk to you about, and I'll explain why those oils are in the blend, how they help emotionally, and then we'll do a little guided meditation with those oils towards the end. So just going to share my screen now. I'll bring my presentation up. Okay, I'm looking at the secrets of Chiron with the power of essential oils. So just to explain a little bit about retrograde to start off with, you might have heard of that word before, but not quite sure what it is. So we often hear people say, oh no, Mercury's in retrograde, everything's going to go wrong. And people do seem to look at retrogrades in a negative aspect, but actually they're a really healing time for us if we have the right mindset around them. So a retrograde is, if you think all the planets go around the same path around the sun, it's just some have wider orbits than others. As they go around, then they pass through, think of what they're passing through as stations along the way. And those stations are called Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Libra, all these names that you've heard of before. So as Chiron has got a shorter orbit, as it goes around the sun, at one point, it starts to look like it's going backwards. It isn't, it's still going forwards, but from the viewpoint of the Earth, it feels like it's going backwards. And as it travels back through the signs or the stations, it can take away or affect its influence in your chart. So Chiron is in retrograde from the 23rd of July, so a couple of days ago, and it will stay in retrograde right up to the 26th of December. Now just think of your sun sign, or you might know it as your star sign, as your black and white outline. So it's the general characteristics that you carry. And where the planets are when you were born is what colours you in. So this is more the way you think or process information, communicate and deal with the world. So Chiron's influence has been encouraging us to heal our identities, to regain our voice and to fight for who you are and what you stand for. And it will lead us where our egos are bruised, showing us how to go for those wins, but without getting too upset with the losses along the way. Now, in Greek mythology, Chiron was part man, part horse, and he was a wise and learned centaur in Greek mythology. He was known for his skills in various disciplines, including medicine, music, archery, and education. And he was often depicted as a teacher and a mentor to many famous Greek heroes, such as Achilles, Jason, and Hercules. Chiron in astrology, Chiron is known as the wounded healer, and it's associated with personal growth, healing and transformation. And it also represents the deep emotional and psychological wounds that we carry throughout our lives. The good thing is Chiron is known as the alchemist of the zodiac, and that's because what it can do is really break things apart to put them back together again in a higher, superior order. So it's not something to be frightened of. It's actually something to be embraced for your own personal and spiritual growth. Now, this retrograde will last, as I said, until the 26th of December. So we've got a period in time where energetically, it's the perfect time to look at some of the failures that we might have experienced in the past, bringing them up to the surface and renew them with love and light. So it might bring old wounds up to the surface to be released and healed. So during this time, it could for some be a bit of a bumpy road, because it will take you back to the root of the pain so you can understand what's needed to heal. But this could be the healing that you need. To release things like this is where your personal growth, your spiritual growth will just surge forward. So think of Chiron as the key to your heart. And if you look at the symbol for Chiron, it looks a little bit like a key, doesn't it? So Chiron in retrograde, going back through the signs, is really an opportunity to unlock some of your deepest insecurities and sensitivities and reform them again as strengths and gifts. Now, depending on where Chiron is in your birth chart, can affect its influence for you when it's in retrograde. So I thought it'd be quite interesting to have a look for each of the sun signs or the star sign, what you can expect from Chiron in retrograde over the next few months. So if you're Aries, you might feel that Chiron retrograde, you're going to feel it on a deep and intrinsic level. In fact, you might be healing whatever's held you back from truly embracing your identity. And as Chiron retrogrades through your first house of the self, you might be spending time getting to know the real you and letting go of what's felt like an inauthentic expression of your truth. There's never been a better time for self-love. So start off each day giving yourself a healing pep talk in the mirror. Not only are you learning how to forgive yourself and let go of shame, but your mere presence will inspire others to do the same. So if you're Aries, let us know in the comments, does that resonate with you? I know when I read my one, it was spot on for exactly where I am right now. So if you're Aries, doing some nice things for yourself, and they could be an essential oil application in the morning, just mixing some oils with a carrier oil and just lovingly applying them to the body, appreciating each part as you go. If you're Taurus, it's time to go inwards. In fact, you're going to go so deep that you're healing parts of yourself that you might not even be conscious of. Because Chiron retrogrades through your 12th house of spirituality and subliminal energies, subliminal. You're feeling compelled to tap into the feelings and emotions that are sitting just below the surface. And you might have been wondering why you feel a certain way, as though your sadness can't really be ascribed to anything. However, Chiron retrograde will show you that sadness doesn't need a reason, and it's going to give you permission to feel it and heal it. So if you're Taurus and you find that that resonates, that you've been feeling a bit down and a bit sad, but you're not really sure why, then an oil like tea tree would be really good for you. You could mix it up into a spray bottle with some water. Tea tree's the oil of energetic boundaries, and it'd be a good one just to keep spritzing your aura with over the next month. Another lovely oil to put in there would be lemongrass, which is also really cleansing. And we're going to talk about those two a bit more in a moment because they're in our blend tonight. Now, if you're a Gemini, like everyone else, you just want to be liked by others, but you might be struggling to feel connected to the world at large, as though you're alone with your hopes and dreams. So Chiron retrograde could be what cleanses your perspective, as it will show you just how much you've not only healed others, but you've healed yourself. You're letting go of the ego that's held you back from trying to connect, because you're realizing the difference you make when you put yourself out there and lead the way. So if you're Gemini, this would be a really good time to start looking at that. What is holding you back from showing yourself to the world? Let those feelings and emotions come up, and that's exactly what this blend's going to do, so that you can release them and step into who you're meant to be. If you're Cancerian, although Cancerians thrive on being great providers, they're also most likely to suffer from imposter syndrome. So that's imposter syndrome, thinking you're not good enough, thinking you're not as good as everyone else. And with Chiron retrograding through your 10th house of career and media image, you're learning how to accept the successes you've earned and take accountability for projects that you haven't been prioritizing. You know you're the harshest critic, so keep in mind that not everyone has the same high standards that you do, and the fact that you actually have standards is already a good sign. If you're Leo, then you might be struggling to know what you believe in anymore. You might feel like you've lost your way a little bit. The Chiron's retrograding will reorient your inner compass, as it's going to take place in your 9th house, which is wisdom, expansion, and journeys. So you might realize that you're hungry for something more, something out of this world and contrary to day-to-day experiences. This retrograde will help you find those answers from deep within yourself and start to release and heal what's held you back from embarking on some of the adventures that you've always dreamed of. If you're Virgo, you might be feeling more guarded than usual, especially if you feel as though you've showed someone your cards too quickly. You might be feeling taken for a ride, as though you've invested in something that didn't pay off. Either way, Chiron is about to retrograde through your 8th house of merging energies and shared resources. So this is going to help you to work through your hesitancy and to put your trust in something. Now, it could be a very transformational year for you. So embrace the process of letting go of the shame surrounding your deepest, darkest secrets. If you're Libran, it's hard to feel like you're on the same team as someone else when love sits so closely to hate. And Chiron is retrograding through your 7th house of partnerships. So you might find that you're reflecting on the rejections, disappointments, and betrayals that might be harming your future outlook on working together. So this retrograde will help you heal codependent tendencies, as well as nurture the wounds that might be creating avoidant behaviors. And as you let go of these inhibiting patterns, you're making yourself even more powerful ally to someone else. If you're Scorpio, you might feel like your energy reserves are being depleted right now and not being filled up again. And it could eventually put you in a state of dysfunction, executive dysfunction. If the order and wellness of your life has become less of a priority, Chiron in retrograde will help heal what's preventing you from nurturing yourself. Taking good care of yourself is harder than it looks, especially if you're struggling to keep up. And this Chiron retrograde through your 6th house of work and health will help you to let go of the shame sitting at the root of your procrastination. Sagittarius, you might be struggling to enjoy the pleasure and creativity in your life, especially if you've been heartbroken recently. If your heart is still on the mend, Chiron's retrograde might help you to process and integrate some of the lessons in love and loss. And as Chiron spins backward through your 5th house of romance and self-expression, it's paving the way for you to turn your painful experiences into brilliant art. So it's time to heal your soul by coloring outside of the lines and falling in love without fear of failure. If you're Capricorn, some insecurities might arise during Chiron's retrograde, especially in your personal life. So as the wounded healer redirects your 4th house of home and family toward inner healing, you might be looking back on some of the pain you've been holding on to that you no longer have to. Some of your early childhood experiences, as well as experiences with other family members, can instill beliefs within you that are not always yours. This retrograde is going to help you to identify which beliefs are yours and which are theirs. Aquarius, using the wrong words and exchanging messages that gloss over the truth can do a number on your happiness. Now that Chiron is retrograding through your 3rd house, which is communication, close friends, and day-to-day administrative abilities, it'll be inspiring you to speak your truth with vulnerability. It'll show you how to keep up with your inbox, but it's also showing you how to quit shaming yourself if you don't reply to an unimportant text immediately. You're ready for real, authentic communication, not superficial communication. And believe me, people will want to listen. Pisces, you're learning how to tell the difference between what you want, what you need, and what you've been told you should have. So as Chiron retrogrades through your 2nd house, which is money and self-worth, You're going inward and you're healing your imposter syndrome. It's time to realize that you do deserve good things. It's time to realize you don't need an expensive product to make your life better. It's time to rediscover the values and possessions that truly give you self-esteem, because they will support you and bolster you like nothing else. So that was just a little snapshot of your sun sign or star sign and how this retrograde could be making you feel. So let us know in the comments or in the chat if that resonated with you. I know my one did when I read it for me. Now, as we're going to be going through this period of time where energetically it's going to start bringing these kind of things up for us, what I thought a great blend to be using is this blend called Bye Bye Baggage. Now, this is actually from the I Am Fabulous blend book, which was written by Desiree Mangandog. And this is full of spiritual or emotional blends that can help you all the way through the different things that come up. So Bye Bye Baggage is about getting rid of any kind of toxic people, places, or circumstances from your life. And I thought, as the energy is encouraging that anyway, we could really enhance that with the oil and make the next few months a time where we can grow spiritually and emotionally. So generally, we know what and who are healthy and nourishing for us. However, often we can become addicted to what's unhealthy for us. So this blend is going to help you to identify the negative baggage in your world and create a desire to shed all that baggage for good. And this blend is going to help you to transition into a new way of being. So the oils in the blend, if you're watching this on something that you can take a screenshot of, you could take a shot of that. They're the oils, and underneath the number of drops. And you can make it in an empty 5 or 10 ml roller. So you put the essential oil into the roller first, so there's enough room for all the essential oils, and then just fill it up to the rim with your coconut oil or whatever carrier oil you're using. So we're going to go through these oils now so you can start to look at their emotional and spiritual properties and see just what their job is within that blend. So we've got sandalwood, frankincense, cedarwood, cinnamon, eucalyptus, lemongrass, tea tree, thyme, Siberian fir, and Douglas fir. And as we go through, you'll see that the picture has got the number of drops. So if you're making this with us as you go along, you can still remember how many drops of each. So the first oil in the blend is 8 drops of Hawaiian sandalwood. Now, Hawaiian sandalwood is the oil of sacred devotion. So it is about illuminating the sacredness of life and all the aspects within it. Holistic in her approach, she'll help you to quieten the mind so you can hear the voice of your soul. It's an oil that will help to raise your vibration, and it's going to bring heightened spiritual awareness. So this is the oil in the blend that will help to clearly identify the baggage that's in your life. The next oil is frankincense. We want 3 drops of frankincense in your roller. So frankincense is the oil of truth, and it's another really good oil to bring any baggage to light. It's going to help you to see the truth in the situation, and it can be a catalyst for self-mastery. It ripens and matures the essence of who we are, refining our gifts and the way that we use them. And frankincense can help us to keep on course with our desires and deepen our exploration of our personal truths. So we've got 3 drops of frankincense, 5 drops of cedarwood. And cedarwood is the oil of community. So cedarwood in the blend is going to help to provide and create that lovely safe space for refuge during this time, because it's going to be a time of clearing and releasing, especially when you look at some of the other oils that are coming. Then having a nice grounding protective oil like cedarwood in the blend is going to bring that feeling of safety while you do your emotional release. So here within her sweet and loving embrace, you can recover and heal. Cedarwood, being the oil of community, brings people together, and it helps you to identify the supportive people in your life who love you unconditionally. It also helps you to attract to you people of a like mind, And sometimes in life, we go along a journey with certain people, and then suddenly we find that we're going off on different paths, and that's all right. And by sort of fighting against that, you're missing out on all the lovely things that are coming your way. So this is just about really putting you on that path to connect with the people that you're ready to journey this part of your life with. It can also help you to feel not so alone and experience the strength of groups and the joy of relationships. We've got 1 drop of cinnamon. Honestly, 1 drop of cinnamon goes a long way. The oil of harmony. Cinnamon is the epitome of empowerment. So this oil is in the blend to help us to find our own personal power and stand in our truth. It's going to ignite and drive, it's going to ignite drive and ambition back into the heart. So loud and proud and on a mission to be seen. When you've lost your way, cinnamon leads you back towards pleasure and play. So 1 drop of cinnamon. 2 drops of eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is known as the oil of wellness, but it's also an oil that's going to help raise your standards. The quality of your life is determined by the standards that you live by. And eucalyptus, like the dawn of a new day, bringing hope and joy, anticipation for what lies ahead. It embodies gratitude, not only for the big things, but also the little things that often slip away from our conscious awareness. She helps us to receive the blessings and gift that lift our spirit. So gratitude for me is the missing link in the law of attraction. And sometimes it's very easy to be grateful for the big things, but actually tuning into and acknowledging the little things will bring more and more of that to you. So gratitude's a really important part in your self-healing. So that's what eucalyptus is going to do. Bring that sense of gratitude in to your life. Now we've got some cleansing oils. So we've got our lemongrass, which is the oil of cleansing. 3 drops of lemongrass in the blend. So this is a cleansing oil that helps to rid the spirit of toxic negative vibrations. This oil will work to release all the baggage that needs to be dumped from your life. It's known as the oil for removing excuses and pessimism. He releases the reasons why not to do something and brings in the reasons why you should. Lemongrass is a powerful mission to assist in cleansing physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And with our lemongrass, we've got 5 drops of tea tree, the oil of energetic boundaries. This is about clearing away mistakes and negative energies from the past so that you can make the right choices going forward. It helps to create boundaries as well. So you're keeping away parasitic relationships. And those parasitic relationships are really people that take more from you than they give. They also energetically, you can feel really drained just by being in their company. So what tea tree does is put that protection up. It cuts all ties from those parasitic relationships and then puts a protection around you, which only allows closeness with loving, supportive people. So it's protecting you from those people that might be taking advantage of you, always complaining, or emotionally, verbal, or physically abusive. Then we bring in the oil of releasing and forgiving, thyme. So thyme is a powerful oil that will help you in addressing any trapped feelings which might have been buried for a very long time. So it's reaching deep within the soul, searching for unresolved negativity and bringing stagnant feelings to the surface to be released. And we've got 9 drops of thyme in there. It's quite a big part of the blend. Particularly helpful for clearing toxic emotions like hate, rage, anger, and resentment. So thyme is an oil that's going to help you to forgive. Even with enemies, it's important to forgive because it opens you up to spiritual healing. Thyme teaches that it's okay to let go and move forward. So we've got 8 drops of Siberian fir. Siberian fir is the oil of perspective. It's encouraging a gentle approach to assessing your life's choices. So someone's drawing on the screen. I don't know what is putting me off. Encourages an honest approach to assessing your life's choices, helps you to bring meaning and purpose with each new chapter. It's going to realign your hopes and aspirations to the present moment and offers a steady energy to support you through. And the other fir in the blend is Douglas fir, 4 drops of Douglas fir. And this is to bring in that generational wisdom. So it helps you to live according to your own conscience and values by letting go of harmful patterns, but also taps us into that valuable wisdom from yourself, but also from ancestors before you. And it helps you to release what's holding you back and gets you excited to live a life with healthy boundaries and higher standards. So it's quite a powerful little blend of oils, that one. Hopefully you've made it up along the way, but if you haven't and you're using the oils from the bottle, then just in meditation, so you don't take yourself out of the meditation too much, have the bottles in front of you with the lids off. So when you get to the oil that, as I name it in the meditation, you can put your finger over the top, tilt it over. That's enough to give you a little drop on the finger, and you can just rub your hands together and breathe it in. If you've made up your blend, which hopefully you have, then put some onto the palm of your hand. And now if you've only got 1 or 2 of those oils that I mentioned, just use the 1 or 2 that you've got, because in the meditation, we're going to call in the essence of the oils. So you'll still be able to benefit from them energetically, even though they're not in your blend. Obviously, it's nicer in the blend because then you can breathe it in and you get the aroma at the same time. But if you haven't got it, we work with what we've got. Okay, so we're going to do a little guided meditation together now. It's about 10-minute meditation, maybe 15, just so we can really start this healing process of working with this blend. So if you're working with the blend, just pop in some on your hands now. Rub your hands together to activate the oils. And then just try and get comfortable in your chair, or if you're lying down, if you're at home, lying down on your bed. And as you settle in, close your eyes and bring your hands up to your face, taking a few deep breaths of your blend. Deep breaths in and slow breaths out. And as you breathe your oil, feel the oils and their life force entering your body. And then exhale slowly, releasing all the air, along with any tension, worries, stress. You're taking a nice deep breath of your blend in, feeling yourself dropping into relaxation and becoming fully present in this moment. And then breathing out, letting go, emptying your mind. Now I want you to take your attention down to your feet and feel them relax. And then just feel this relaxation start to spread up your legs and into your hips. And feel it moving up through your stomach and chest, into your shoulders, and then feel it moving down through your arms and into your hands. And taking a deep breath in, feel the relaxation start to move up your neck and into your head. And feel it relaxing all of your facial muscles, your eyes and your jaw. As your whole body becomes deeply calm and relaxed. Taking another few deep breaths of your blend. Just take a moment to acknowledge the power of the oils and the emotional healing properties they bring. And let's take a moment to set your intention for this meditation journey with your oils. What would you like help with today? Now, on the next in-breath, call in and become aware of the Hawaiian sandalwood in the blend, the oil of sacred devotion. And if you're working with the oils individually, just place a drop of the sandalwood on your hand. Rub your hands together so you can breathe it in. And as the oils fill every cell of your being, feel yourself becoming receptive to the medicine and healing that they bring. Feel your vibrations start to elevate, and a sense of heightened spiritual awareness envelop you. Feel your mind start to quieten as you connect with your higher self and tune into the subtle voice of your soul. And slowly you start to become aware of areas in your life that are no longer healthy for you. Just relax and allow them to surface without trying to analyze or change them in any way. Now, if you're working with the oils individually, take your frankincense now, put a drop on your hand. And if you're working with the blend, bring your hands up to your face again as we call in and open up to the frankincense in the blend, the oil of truth. And once again, breathing deeply, feel the oils infusing your entire being. And inspired by frankincense and its ability to help you to see the truth based on love and light, even more of your emotional baggage that's ready to be released comes to the surface. Just see what comes. And with this awareness comes a powerful motivation to bring positive change into your life. So as you breathe in your blend, just feel this transformative energy wrapping around you now. As we bring in the next oil in the blend, cedarwood. So putting a drop on your finger or breathing in your oil as you call in and become aware of the cedarwood in the blend, the oil of community. And feel its nurturing presence in every cell in your body. And notice with gratitude as it brings to your awareness all of the supportive people in your life who love you unconditionally. Just allow them to pop into your mind without trying to force it in any way. Who are your people that you already know? And as they pop into your mind one by one, Allow a sense of gratitude for their presence to flourish within you. And on the next in-breath, we call in and open up to the cinnamon in the blend, the oil of sexual harmony. So either placing a drop on your finger or breathing your blend, allowing the cinnamon to come through. And feel those oils energizing you, bringing a newfound confidence in yourself and your truth. As you breathe into and embrace this feeling of empowerment, it allows you to stand strong in your authenticity, strong in your beliefs, in your values. And then tuning into the eucalyptus in the blend, or placing a drop on your hands, breathing it in, the oil of wellness. And feel a surge of determination to raise your standards and value yourself flow through you. And just use it to release any self-doubt and negativity that might have contributed to you attracting this emotional baggage into your life in the first place. Just releasing that now, and with every new breath, feel yourself growing in confidence, self-assurance, motivation, drive. As on the next in-breath, we're going to call in the love and wisdom of lemongrass, the oil of cleansing. Taking a few deep breaths with this powerful cleansing oil and allowing it to facilitate its cleansing process. Feel it delving deeply within, helping you to reach and let go of old limiting beliefs, stagnant energy. Feel it clearing on all levels throughout all lifetimes. And with this space cleared, your energy will begin to flow freely. Start to gain a clarity in your thoughts and emotions. Space to think and be. On the next in-breath, we're going to call in and tune into the tea tree in the blend, the oil of energetic boundaries. So just becoming aware of it as you breathe, or putting a drop on your hands and breathing it in. And feel yourself wrapped in its protective energy. Feel yourself forming new, healthy boundaries. Any attachments to unhealthy relationships gently being released. You might see them as ties dropping away, liberating you, and making space for new, nurturing connections to form. As we now bring in the thyme in the blend, the oil of releasing and forgiving. So calling it in, opening up, breathing it deeply, allowing it to guide you in letting go and forgiving. Feeling yourself release any feelings of hate, anger, resentment, as you open your heart to healing. Forgiveness becoming a powerful tool for your personal growth and liberation. Now for our final oils, we're going to call in the fir oils in the blend. Siberian fir and Douglas fir. So putting a drop on your hand or breathing it in from your blend and becoming aware of it. The oils of perspective and generational wisdom. So as you breathe those oils in, just allow the wisdom they carry to help you to fully let go of any unhealthy patterns generated from previous generations or past experiences. Just breathing in your oil, and on the out breath, feel yourself letting go. And embrace a sense of excitement and readiness to live your life with these new healthy boundaries, these new higher standards, not only for yourself, but for the generations to come. And just feel the lightness and freedom that comes with releasing the baggage that you once carried. Just noticing how you feel in your body now. Do you feel different from when we started? Because this is the new you, or the journey onto the new you. Unburdened, ready to embrace a fresh beginning with strengthened boundaries. So just enjoy that feeling for a few moments more, as this is the energy that you'll carry into your life with you from now on. And now as we gently start to transition your awareness back to the present moment, feeling a deep sense of grounding and connection within. Might like to place your hands over your heart and allow the warmth of your palms to comfort your soul. As you take a few more nourishing breaths here, feeling the essence of the oils and the healing energy that they've awakened in you. Now you can carry this newfound clarity and lightness with you as you move forward on your journey. When you're ready, feel yourself coming fully back into the room that you're sitting in. And slowly and gently open your eyes, knowing that you're stepping into a life filled with purpose. And embrace this renewed energy. Let it guide you towards a future of boundless possibilities and spiritual growth. And as you continue on your path, remember that you've started a journey of freeing yourself from the burdens of the past. And you're equipped with strengthened boundaries, and you're empowered to create a life that aligns with your true essence. So use this blend throughout the next few weeks and months as you journey through this Chiron retrograde and the healing opportunity for growth that it brings. And one of the places you can use this, you could use it in meditation. You can listen to this back every day if you want and just really tune into those oils. Or you just might want to work with it passively over the next few weeks. And you can roll it across the inside creases of your wrist, across the crease in your elbow joint, but also at the back of your neck and into the base of your skull. So your arm has got your meridians that come up and into your heart. So it's going to carry the oils there on an emotional level. But into the base of the skull, it's really going to bring clarity of thought and that connection to the higher self. So it's a lovely blend to be using daily, especially at this time with the Chiron retrograde. So just before we stop recording and come back into the Zoom room, if you enjoyed that and you live close to Marlow and you'd like to come along to our sessions, this is what we did last night at our Gifts of the Earth meditation circle. There's a picture of us last night. I hold these on the 4th Tuesday in the month at a place in Marlow called the Wellness Barn. It starts at 7:45 and we journey together for about an hour and a half. We always bring in gifts of the earth. And by that, I mean, we bring in our essential oils. we bring in a crystal to help. That's always an energy that matches the oils, or the oils match the crystal, depending on which way it's fallen. We'll bring in what's going on energetically. We also bring in herbs in this session. So we're really working with all the gifts of the earth. It's £15 to come, but you actually get to take home your oil blend, your crystal. You enjoy your herbs through the herbal tea in the session. And I'm starting to record these meditations as well, so you can work with them. So if it resonates with you and you're local and you want to come, then I'll put the link in the Facebook group, so you can just click on the link. We do only have 20 spaces and we are getting quite full, but if there's enough, if a Tuesday doesn't work for you, if there's enough interest, I might open up another night, just so that we're not overcrowded when we do it together. So let me know. And I'm going to stop sharing and come back into the Zoom room. And I'm going to say goodbye to Facebook. Thank you for watching us over there. Let us know in the comments if any of that resonated, or how you got on with the meditation. I'm going to stop in Facebook, and I'm going to stop recording in the Zoom room so that we can have a chat and see how you